Welcome back. Tim here with a how-to for BushLinx software for soil moisture probes. We are starting today with the soil moisture summed chart and looking at how to read into that information. So we have here a sum chart from just south of Nil and is showing data from December 21 to currently November 22, so just about a year. We can see the rainfall in the bars down the bottom, the columns down the bottom, and the summed line through the middle of the chart. A summed line is all of the sensors on the soil moisture probe all added up together, so it's the soil moisture sum. So it's showing the entire profile all in one hit. We can see here not particularly much activity through until around about end of May, and then the rainfall starts to get enough that it's starting to make a difference to soil moisture, and then again until middle of July we start to get the significant amount of rainfall we've had this year that's actually pretty well filled up the soil profile here up to about 900 on the scale there. So each rainfall, we can see the heavier rainfall has made a bigger peak and the smaller rainfall a smaller peak, which of course makes a lot of sense. So how do we know how deep that rainfall is going and what difference is it actually making to the soils? So on the chart here, on our summed charts in BushLinx, I've gotten into the habit of putting two additional lines on here. One for the top half of the soil moisture probe, which extends from 20 to 70 centimetres in this case, and one for the bottom half of the probe, which is 80 to 130 centimetres. I started splitting it up like that because very often we're really only looking from 20 to 70 centimetres depth in the majority of years. And of course, this year being so wet, we're looking at the lower profile as well from 80 to 130. So if we turn the first upper sum back on, we can see here, of course, around the end of May, where the summed line started to jump up. Of course, it makes sense that the top part of the probe, 20 to 70 centimetres, is responding with that rainfall and making the difference in the summed line. And you can see the trend in those two are very similar. They are on different scales, so the green one, the upper sum, does look a little bit bigger for the same change being represented. And we can see here another inflection point with the rainfall. Having so much rain this year, we can see actually where the rainfall started to pass below the 70 centimetre mark, the bottom of the upper sum. And if we turn the lower sum on here in red, we can see that the rainfalls hit the 80 centimetre sort of level, which is the start of the top of the lower sum. We can see that's hit 80 centimetres around the end of July. And from then on, the entire profile is filling until essentially we're pretty well full now at around about 900 on the scale. So I've gotten into the habit of putting these two additional summed lines, the upper and lower sum, on these charts because we can there quickly see when we've actually hit that lower root zone level for rainfall penetration. And if you skip across to the live maps on the Wimmera CMA mapping system, you'll be able to see a layer there that's called RID, root zone, what do we call it? Rainfall infiltration depth, which I've marked on there, the deepest point that rainfall's penetrated this year. Should be 130 centimetres pretty much across the board, I think. We might just fall a bit short on that for a few sites. We'll see how we go. But this is the quick and dirty way of looking at soil moisture sum charts and how deep the rainfall has gone. And check out the other video for stacked charts. Some people in the eastern states will call that type of chart a separate chart, I think they call it. check out the video for stack charts, and we'll start to look at the individual levels on the probe and what they're showing us for infiltration of rainfall. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next video.